All right. Episode 7, the finale. We spent the last 6 episodes talking about what to do with your time, the framework, the calendar, the med pick, the partners, the AI stack. This episode is a little bit different, but fundamental to really just everything in your life and something that you will continue to hear from me, which is your health and your biological machine that essentially processes everything, your brain. Here's the truth. None of the previous 6 episodes matter if you're cognitively depleted by 2 o'clock every single day. So, this is about neuroscience and how it's applied to sales. And I promise it's more interesting than it sounds. So, let's jump into it. So, our antagonist, Jenny, of this series is exhausted by 2 p.m. without making a single sales call. Dopamine, the molecule that controls your motivation, your focus, your willingness to tackle hard problems, it's not unlimited. So you have a daily budget, and what most people don't realize is that every Teams ping, every credit memo, every time you check email for the ninth time, each one withdraws from your dopamine budget. So by the time that Jenny needs to be fully present for a discovery call or listen deeply, asking probing questions, identifying the EB, her tank is potentially running on empty because she's been running her Ferrari on regular unleaded since 7 a.m. So the numbers on the right tell the rest of the story. Executives in flow, like we talked about before, are 500% more productive. Your brain starts declining after 90 minutes of sustained focus. Multitasking costs you 40% of your productivity. That one actually was really eye opening to me. And a single interruption costs 23 minutes to recover from. So you're performing high stakes cognitive work all day. Your brain is the platform, so you need to maintain it. So, look, I want to talk about 6 habits. Every one of them costs $0, takes less than 15 minutes. And I'm hoping will start to recharge and re-give us energy. Walking outside. Stanford found that walking improves creative thinking by 60%. Not 6, 60. 12 minutes around the block has a higher ROI than your 4th consecutive hour staring at Salesforce and updating forecast notes. Eat away from your desk. We talked about this earlier. Eating while scanning Teams is multitasking, and multitasking drains that dopamine. It costs 40% of your afternoon productivity. So when you're eating, stand up, change rooms, eat outside like I do, and eat like a regular human. Here's a fun one. Pet your dog. You could pet your cat too, but I'm a dog guy. Pet your dog. And I'm dead serious. 10 minutes with your dog actually reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that kills virtually all good decision making, by a measurable amount. So your dog actually makes your brain work better. So get on the ground, rub your little dog's belly and get all up in his face or her face. Your team feed does the complete opposite. Save distractions for the admin block. I'm telling you, when you block the admin stuff, your life will get exponentially better. Social media is a dopamine hit, not evil, just expensive at 9 a.m. Save it for 4 p.m. when your tank is already low anyway. 90-second reset between calls. Attention residue is real. I'm sure you guys have all felt this. I for sure feel this. It is extremely taxing on someone's brain to leave a call that ran over and to jump in a call that you're late to. So attention residue is real. One pro tip, 3 breaths, deep breaths into your chest, drink lots of water, and take a 90-second break between calls. Surgeons do micro breaks between procedures. You're doing high stakes cognitive work. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself 90 seconds. The last one I think we need to do more of, celebrate small wins. Dopamine releases on progress, not just like completion. So we don't necessarily have to wait for a closed won deal to celebrate wins. Every stage, hey, I identified an economic buyer, or hey, I advanced this deal forward at virtually any stage of the sales cycle, that will actually release dopamine in your body and in your mind and will help you. Here's a mental model that ties all of this together. So your daily dopamine, I like to think of as kind of like P&L. So the high ROI spends, right? Closing a deal, nailing discovery, building a champion relationship, making progress on your growth engine. These are worth every single drop. Low ROI spends, Teams notifications, social scrolling, checking email for the ninth time, Meetings with no agenda. Each one of these is this micro withdrawal from a budget that you need for the higher ROI work. Restorative deposits. So this is the walk, the lunch away from your desk, the dog petting, the 90-second reset. All of these, think of them like you're refilling a tank at midday so that your afternoon is worth something. If you blow through your budget on low ROI spends by 10 a.m., and we have all done this, so hopefully this can relate, don't be surprised when you have literally nothing left for the work that actually pays your mortgage at 2 p.m. So again, protect the budget, spend it on selling. I just want to show again the CEO's day hour by hour. So here's the way to run your day. 7:30 to 8, CEO prep. You're doing AI research, you're briefing your partners, you're setting your one med pick critical task. 8 to 11, you've got your sacred selling block like we talked about. It's locked. No Teams, no email, no exceptions. This is where your territory grows. 11 to 11:30, triage. It's the first time you open your email, your Teams, spend 30 minutes just sorting. What can go into my admin block? What needs to go into my red zone only? What needs to move into growth? 11:30 to 12:30, flexible selling. Keep the momentum, but give yourself a little bit of flexibility. 12:30 to 1, this is our energy reset. Go outside, walk, eat, dog, non-negotiable. This is how your 2 p.m. calls are as good as your 10 a.m. calls. 1 to 3, internal window. I would highly recommend internal meetings should live here, not in your mornings. 3 to 4, follow-up block. This is where you're going to do AI drafted follow-up, ship things. This is where we're pushing it out the door. And then 4 to 5 min, admin, all of it, all batched, CRM updates, credit memos, Teams catch-ups, 1 hour, not scattered through your entire day like a bunch of landmines. I promise you, when you notice the architecture, your best cognitive hours go to your highest value ROI. And if you notice, they're earlier in the day where you're caffeinated, where you have energy, not the back half of your day. Let's redo this part. 5 minutes, 4 questions, total honesty. Every great operating system has a feedback loop. Without reflection, you're going to be on a treadmill, lots of effort, zero compounding. So for 5 minutes, 4 questions every Friday before you close your laptop, ask yourself this: what moved the needle? Name the specific activities and essentially just go do more of them. What felt busy but didn't matter? This is really important. Name the noise. Write it down. If you can't name it, you will never be able to automate it, ignore it, eliminate it. What growth engine activity did I skip? If the answer is outbound, put it on Monday's calendar right now while you're thinking about it. Lastly, which MedPick elements am I consistently missing? Run the AI audit. Maybe you're not identifying an EB. Maybe you're not implicating pain, but just be obsessed with identifying what that is so that we can fix the pattern. So look, at the end of the day, reading this is easy. Following it is hard. So here's the assignment: 5 days, 1 challenge per day, baby steps. On Monday, run the Monday morning protocol. Find or delegate at least 2 time traps and eliminate them. Tuesday, block 8 to 11 is a sacred selling block. Do the, team status, set your team status and make 5 outbound touches before noon. You will feel so much better about yourself if you do this. Wednesday, deploy your leverage, do AI research, work with Corey on a MedPick framed ask. Work with your SDR pod to identify a tier 1 account and have them outreach to new buyer personas. Thursday, upload a transcript, run the scoring prompt, send the AI drafted follow-up, and decline another internal meeting. Friday, run the retrospective, go through the 4 questions. Also, don't forget to color code your calendar. And just compare this week's selling hours to last week. I promise you, as long as you're trending in the CEO and the territory CEO direction, you will be good. And that's it. No massive transformation, just 5 days of a different operating system, a different way to think. And I promise you, by Friday, you'll have the first data point that proves that this works, and you won't need me to tell you. So in closing, first of all, if you've watched all of this, you did your job. Second of all, thank you. Thirdly, look, the territory CEO who protects their neurochemistry will outsell the glorified administrator who grinds through 12 hours a day, any day, all day, every day of the week. And it's not because, again, it's not because they work harder. It's because their brain actually works when they need it to. So 7 episodes, 7 systems, the rolling revenue engine, your calendar color coded and defended, MedPick on every deal, the force multiplier stack deployed, AI doing the admin, and now you're energy protected like the asset that it is. So do the work that pays you. It's also the work that fills you back up. Discipline equals freedom. Now go be free. Thanks for watching.